Howdy doodly, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you all are well because we do have a fire set tonight. Once again, we are with the Articuno League Week 2. Tonight, we will have Mew World Order versus Erased. But before we get to all of that, I do have some apologies to hand out. First off, to you viewers, because unfortunately I was late tonight. Because I was late tonight, that means the set for this is now going to be, we're going to miss game number 1. So I apologize for that. I wasn't as coordinated as I ought to be, and unfortunately you missed out. And I want to apologize to both Mew World Order and Erased because I was late. Your first game was not going to be able to be streamed on for everybody to see. So again, I want to apologize to everybody for that. And we're going to move forward because we got game number 2. Our players are done. The word is in. Mew World Order has taken the first game from Erased. So that means we are going into game number 2 in a 1-0 scenario for Mew World Order. I am just waiting for a lobby code. Waiting for a lobby code from our teams here so I can get in there. And that way there we may start game number 2 and get it casted and ready to go. All right, I'm just communicating with the teams now. So we are ready on our end. So we just need to get in that lobby. Once we're in that lobby, we are ready to go between our teams. And boom, boom, boom. We'll be straight and narrow. Oh, perfect. We're just going to make the lobby. All right. All right, so I guess we're going to make the lobby and we're going to send it to our team. So here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Now, before we invite the teams, Theaground Sky Ruins, draft pick. If we're going to do anything right, we're going to make sure we get everything done right. Now, we're going to post the lobby code. Can't just say it out loud. I almost did, though, chat, because then all of you guys would be coming in. At a Plusle, at... And again, apologies for my lateness tonight. Appreciate the understanding and am excited to see all the wonderful action from you both. And then we're just going to get who's going to be taking game 2 into, who will be taking first pick into game 2. I believe I know who it is, just based off where the teams are entering and setting up. Means this here will be erased. Again, my viewers, I appreciate the patience and the understanding here. Oh, never mind. They're going to throw me for a loop. I thought I had it, but they're going to change everything around. So there we go. Now we have that locked in. All right. Perfect. Ready to go. All right, and again, now we're just waiting on our ready checks tonight. So we get to go in and we get to see how some of this is going to go down. We got Mew World Order ready check coming in. We got Erased ready check coming in. So let's get into the draft and let's get some game on. There we go. Look at that. Oh, we forgot to swap the score. Of course we did, of all of the prep work coming in. So, game number 2. coming into this set here because old Jonathan Hyde was late. How about that? Of all things, one of the things that we are rarely, but we are here. Who is the favorite? Oh, I'm actually not 100% sure. You know what? That's actually good information to know. I do not believe there are standings yet, but I will look for that information before the stream is over. But we have Mew World Order going to be your purple team, and we do have Erased going to be your orange team for this match number 2. We have Zera Aura banned out, Buzzwole banned out, and Miraidon. These do not seem to be random bans, but they're also not just meta picks. These seem to be targeted bans. Mew World Order did their research, but Charizard banned out, Ho-Oh banned out, Suicune banned out. So, for the side of Erased, we are getting rid of that. So that is going to be interesting to see for sure here. But we do have Pawmot coming in on Umbreon. Umbreon going to be coming in on that Pawmot. This is the first instance of Pawmot. No, it's not. Is it? Might be the second instance of Pawmot on stream. We don't get to see Pawmot on stream very often. So, guys, let's be excited for it because it has very cute animations and I love the way it walks on the screen there. It's so cute. But now we're going to lock in Aegislash and we are going to lock in Venusaur. Venusaur, very, very powerful Pokemon. You do not, if this Pokemon is up, you do not want it in enemy hands. But Aegislash is going to have nice CC. So it's a very interesting take from the side of Mew World Order to reveal all of their damage first. But we're going to lock in Slowbro Clefable for our frontline core. We're going to have nice healing from Clefable. We're going to put that on Boomy. And we have Pretzel Bite on that Slowbro there. So that's going to be an awesome, awesome setup indeed for the side of Mew World Order. Now we're going to look at Blissey Umbreon for Erase. That is dangerous. That is nasty. And you want to know something? I'm all for it. Now we're going to see that Garchomp coming in. That's going to be an excellent pairing partner for Blissey. Going to round out that Gardevoir. So one of the powerful things with Venusaur right now is Petal Dance Giga Drain because of those stat buffs to both defenses, HP, everything. So a lot of people are running that. But what a lot of people are also underestimating from Venusaur is Solar Beam. So we have Gardevoir that's going to be able to go toe-to-toe somewhat in that range department. We have a nice AoE Unite move with the Fairy Singularity. We do have some nice stuns with Moonblast or some slowing effects from Psychic, whichever the preferred is, as well as either some Orbital Bombardment from Psyshock, or if you want to get fancy and you want to get real technical, Future Sight coming out there. And of course, we're going to see TTV Plunger on that Dodrio with a nice gold badge on that Dodrio. You know you're in for some wicked things. We do not often see Drill Peck lately, but it could be something that we do see. So we have Mew World Order, your purple team, and we have Erased, your orange team, coming into game number 2 of their week 2 Articuno League match. We are going to see Boomy and Plusle up in the top lane here. Standard picks right now as well. This is a standard formation here with the all-rounder and the Blissey. They're already going toe-to-toe with the Gibble, but Gibble is fully stacked on those boosted autos with the Bulldoze. Takes down Plusle, sends them back to Nurse Joy and says, you need to get some polish. Down in the bottom lane here, we do have Tilty, but we have Pretzel Bite going and gets the secure on that wild Bunnelby there. That is going to be huge. Oh, sorry, that was an Indeedee. Grabbing that wild Indeedee farm, locking that in, but Plunger is back down in this bottom lane with that Doduo Eevee combo. We are not online yet, but Slowbro is here, and he is big. 5 seconds away from the 850 birds. The ganks from both sides. Monk coming top lane with that Gardevoir. Nice Psyshock to help secure all of those wild Swablues, and Altaria for the side of Erased. Now we're pushing deep onto their pad here, trying to get a lot of scores in. Going to be able to get 36 points. Or 35 points. 25 points. Going to get 25 points. plus another 26 coming in from Blush there. But Plusle's looking for an opportunity. They sense weakness, but Blissey is anything but weak. If anything, Blissey is bulky. Nice kidnap here. We have great pressure coming out from Blush and Greedy. Going to be able to keep New World Order behind on levels. Plunger already hitting level 5. We have level 4 on Jesus. Well, Monk now also rotates into the central path here because we have Reggie Drago spawned in 6 seconds ago. Well, 8 minutes. Already we have Plunger going in, trying to do some fancy footwork with Dodrio. Not going to be able to pick up any sort of KO, but Tri Attack already diving in on the Clefable. Boomy doing whatever it can and gets the KO with that Ivy Soar. Now we have Venusaur online, and what are we? Sludge Bomb. Going to be followed up with the Solar Beam. There you go. You love to see it. Nice Solar Beam coming out here from Tilty. Solar Beam, again, very, very powerful after the latest patch. Huge, huge buffs coming through. Already we're going to see another one. Huge hit coming down. Being able to secure all of those wild Pokemon, as well as doing major damage to Jesus. But, unfortunately, despite the beams coming down and the Pawmot coming through, this is a Garchomp. Level 9, almost level 10, and we're only at 7 minutes, not even. Aegislash going to be 3 levels under, going to stop that 40 score. Going to be like, listen, bro, I can't let you have it for free. I can't contest you, but I can't let you have it for free. Grady has no idea where Vision is on the rest. But so we are just trying to bait out Plusle. Try to kidnap with Dragon Combo. Not going to be enough. Not going to work. Boomy is now up top here. Greedy is now level 10. This is going to allow the Doublade to leave to allow them to farm up into Aegislash. Going to be a very crucial evolution for the side of New World Order. But we already have level 10 on Gardevoir now. This is massive level deficit. But we have Venusaur. We have Pawmot. We've ticked into their Unite moves, and it looks like we've already used them. Erased is now collapsing onto Regieleki here. Huge Dragon Combo coming in from the side of Greedy here. Greedy being greedy, diving in deep. We do still have that Livid Outrage. That is going to be a massive Unite move onto this tier 2. Huge Sphere Singularity coming up from Gardevoir. Nice hit coming in. Aegislash Clefable goes down. Pawmot follows suit. Tilty getting tilted. Already taken down by the team Erased. Living up to their name as they erase New World Order off the map. Let me tell you, but Boomy is not done yet. Same with Plusle. They're already working on this farm. They're looking on these experience, trying to convert it into levels to get back into this game. Points-wise, they're not far behind. 106 to 174. This is a great position to be in, even at 5 minutes in. You're not a full hundo burger behind, but it does mean that we are lacking on stacks for the Aegislash. This entire top hat is sitting at 70. Aegislash going for the score, not going to be able to get it in as Garchomp comes back to start hitting with the Dragon Combo. But boosted with the Blissey, it's all Plusle can do to get away. Dragon Combo going to find them with that Dragon Rush Dragon Claw and take them down and send them back to Nurse Joy for more polishing. Pretzel Bite has to get out before Garchomp takes a bite of them. Let me tell you, Plunger's already coming in, but Slowbro has clogged the drain, pulling them in with the Slow Beam, but without a follow-up from the side of New World Order. No one's going to be able to capitalize on that KO by attaining that KO. And already Plunger is back at it, looking to clog up New World Order's pads here with a lot of Eos energy. We already have some nice dunks in. 1, 2, 3 for the side of Dodrio as 11, 12, 12, 12 comes through. 255 to 145 as now we are furthering our lead for Erased. Very expert map control being shown here. Great map control, great level pressure as well. But we have a lot of wild Pokemon on the field for New World Order to come back into. This game is far from over. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left. 90 seconds now until Groudon appears. While While this objective is no longer as game breaking in terms of an end game scenario, it can still lead to significant wins. So you can't ignore it, but you can't just rely on it to get you the win anymore. So this is going to be incredibly crucial for New World Order. Again, New World Order took a game off of Erased. We are sitting 1-0 right now. Erased being down 1. So already Erased is in a position to match this back up to 1-1. And how evenly, pardon me, the yawns. And with how evenly matched the teams are, we could end up seeing a Game 5 scenario. Jesus, already into the bush here. Nobody bothering to check this bush here. I guess this is why their name is New World Order and not Bush Check. And Jesus just got free vision and confirmation on New World Order. This is going to allow Erased to move into more. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. I am talking so much, the yawns are just infecting me. Anyways, that vision allowed Erased to now think about where it is they want to set up into the Groudon pit. As we now get closer to it, Groudon is here, double points are active, and we have a controlling presence from Erased inside the pit. We are down by about 157 points from the side, 158 for New World Order to win. Garchomp tapping it. Again, without vision on it, we don't know what's going on. Solar Beam comes through, completely whiffs. You have to be careful about your positioning. You got to watch the walls. You got to watch where those Unite moves come out, because that Fairy Singularity is going to get you. But you can't just abandon it, and you'll also have to be very careful of the choke points. Dragon Combo comes in. Solar Beam comes out. Huge Q-Tick Grok coming out from Plusle. Not going to be enough as Plusle goes down to the Livid Outrage. But we take down Gardevoir, Blissey, and Dodrio from New World Order. Umbreon comes down, gets taken down by Greedy. Greedy's the only one standing. Huge Solar Beam, huge Sludge Bomb, huge everything as New World Order collapses and takes down Greedy. Umbreon going to be the first back, followed by the Blissey. We do have a combo here of a Blissey Unite into Umbreon to try to secure the Groudon, but they have to get here. They have to make it. They got to try something, and do they get it? No! Venusaur is going to lock that in, but we're 145 to 302. 14 seconds left until Garchomp reappears, but the rest of the race is here. They are ready to go, and Dodrio has that Unite move. We have to make a play. We got to get something going, but they're going to be defending these pads. Garchomp is now back. We need a 5-man push into a 5-man push. Dodrio coming into the back lines, trying to get on top of that Venusaur. Oh my gosh, blocked down by the Clefable. Gravity going to get taken down and shut down. 245 to 302. 10 seconds left. Can we see it? Huge Fairy Singularity coming out from Erased. Takes him down. New World Order gets completely wiped. No scores in. Erased takes this game number 2 in an astounding defensive position. Thank you for the hydrate, Gasper. I really appreciate that. But oh my gosh. Whoo! That could have ended horribly for Erased if they weren't able to, if they didn't have that Gardevoir Unite when they did. 92k from Tilty, Monk on 101, Greedy coming in with 80, Boomy coming in with 63k heals, while Plusle and Pretzel 61 and 60k tanking from respectively. 67 tanked from the side of Jesus, 52k damage dealt from Plunger, and while none of the stats really reflect what Blush was doing in the game, Blush was running that Safeguard Helping Hand combo, which there are no viewable stats to actually see the impact they had. But we have huge attack speed increase coming in from Garchomp, so we can see that reflected in the damage. We have huge shields coming in as well, which is going to help reflect in the fact that we have Gardevoir on very low damage taken, Greedy on very low damage taken, Plunger on low damage taken, which means those safeguards were coming in handy to help the sustain keep going, to ignore any of the stuns coming out from Pretzel, coming out from Plusle. Maybe Palmont's got some studs. I don't know. I haven't learned the Pokemon yet. I'm a good old streamer, and I really should, and I haven't yet. But let's get back to the lobby, and let's take a look at what is going down. Because let me tell you, this was an amazing game number 2. We're going to take a look at the ready checks. Actually, do you even need to go to a different thing? Ready? No, we don't. We're going to go back to the lobby and... Oh, wait. No, hang on. Oh, okay. That's a while ago. Let's go. Look at that. Oh, look at that. All right. It does look like we are going to have a reset from somebody on the side of Mew World Order. That is A-okay. That's exactly what we would like to see. We're going to get that done, and we're going to get them back in, and they are back in. So, ready checks when ready. And there we go. Plusle already ahead of us, so let's give him an R. Let's give him a heads up. Yeah, we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. Make sure we acknowledge every single ready check coming in. Going to watch the lobby, going to watch the chat here, because we got to make sure that we get this good and done. Who's going on in the chat here? We got not a lot of action. Billowing Oak, who is the favorite? Well, I'll tell you right now, we have a lot of teams coming in here that we are familiar with, like Greedy and Monk. We are familiar with as well, because they play for, oh my gosh, who was it that I was just casting the other night that had them on their team there? That was Kedic. They are part of Team Kedic over in the Zygarde League. That's why we recognize them. Jesus is ready. So let's get the game number 3 underway. So let's swap it in. And they are already going to keep me on my feet. They're going to swap their team names around. So let's figure this out. Let's make sure everybody is represented on the correct side of the map while they go through their bands. We should have enough time to make this, because you're going to see Erased versus Erased. But now Mew World Order. Save that in, and let's take a look at the bands. Just in the nick of time. Clefable, banned out. Suicune, banned out. Charizard, banned out. For the side of Erased. Blissey, banned out. Miraidon, banned out. Zeraora, banned out. Mew World Order, getting rid of those targeted picks. They're probably like, you know what? We're not going to see any difference here. But Jay's is going to lock in that Umbreon. They're saying, hey, this is what works for us. We don't want you to have it. So we're going to take it. Palmont, we're going to be hovered and taken. Alcremie, going to be grabbed. Probably not played by Plusle based on the items that are on it. Focus Band with the with Experience Share Potion and no third held item. Yeah, you can tell Plusle's played Alcremie a whole lot, but all the while that means they are going to have probably Boomy on it. But Blush is going to lock in that Eldegoss, and Greedy's going to lock in Buzzwole. Great synergy from these Pokemon there. Eldegoss going to be able to throw out a lot of basic attacks. These basic attacks are going to be able to slow the opponents down. This will allow Buzzwole to either chase or escape as needed. Boomy going to be locking in that Zacian, though, and Tilty, bringing back the Venusaur. Boomy is going to have excellent lane pressure coming in. Zacian is a great Pokemon to be able to exude a lot of pressure. Venusaur, we already know why Venusaur is busted. We saw exactly why Venusaur is busted in the hands of Mew World Order last game. Now they're going to get it back. They're saying, hey, Erased is saying, hey, that wasn't a problem for us. We can take care of it. And take care of it they will, as Umbreon locks in not Umbreon, but Slowbro. But over on the side of Erased, to deal with this Venusaur, they have Dodrio and they have Darkrai. Dodrio is going to be able to come in and hit and run tactics. It's going to make it very difficult for this Venusaur to do what it does. Now we are seeing a pivot. We're seeing Cursed Incense as well as Focus Band. So what these items now tell me is that this is now going to pivot from a Solar Beam Venusaur to a pedal dance Venusaur. Surprised we are still seeing, we're seeing double band now. Yeah, there we go. Drop the spoon, go muscle band. A lot of basic attacks coming out from there. But again, and there's the full heal. That's what I was about to comment. I am surprised that we were seeing still the eject button and not a full heal, because one of the counters to Venus in Venusaur is the Darkrai, being able to inflict a lot of stuns by putting Pokemon to sleep. And the way it's able to get into those 1v1 scenarios is utilizing its Unite move. So that is going to be dangerous indeed for the Venusaur. But coming into this game number 3 now, this is going to be absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. So we have erased your new purple team, and we have Mew World Order, your new orange team, as game number 3 of their Articuno League Week 2 journey commences. Now we're going to follow Jesus and Plunger into the bottom lane here. Doduo is going to come down, and we're going to be looking for some nice early stacks. Doduo does have a little bit of a handicap of being able to having to score twice to get that in, but it splits the points up evenly, so each section of those scores is actually faster than a standard score, but still the time is totaling what a standard score would. So Dodrio's actually kind of busted here, because if you're just looking to dunk points rather than get the full stack, you could just go for some quick shots going through and then you're done. But we're already seeing Tilty at level 4 looking for level 5, but Plunger is going to come through and say, hey, listen, this is mine. Yoink, get it gone, get it out of here, get it in my pocket. Up in the top here, we have Monk, Blush, and Greedy already working on level 5 for that Buzzwole. Buzzwole is going to be crucial to get that, because that's when it gets its superpower or its Leech Life. Zacian going to be diving at already level 5, unlike that Buzzwole there. Boomy going to be able to try to support it as it comes through here, but not going to be enough as Buzzwole comes in, grabs the KO on that Zacian using super power. 4-man push into the top. If you don't have +2, don't push pads, but they do have +2, but they are not pushing pads. They know that Zacian's cooldown was not a whole lot. So, and they didn't have the numbers or the momentum to push there, which is great for the side of a race, because this means they maintain their level lead of 40-4. Buzzwole not going to be able to grab Plusle with its super power ability. Coming down to the bot lane here, we are getting Venusaur online. Mew World Order once again pulling Venusaur into the fray early on. Level 7 by 8. Huge beam coming through. Greedy has to pull back. Erased already on the back foot here, as we now see Mew World Order collapse and take down the Regidrago. As you can see, the fact that we've remembered that a couple of members on this team are also part of Kedic kind of tells it, just like, and now old habits start to slip in. I'm sorry, Monk, you're just so recognizable. But so is Mew World Order. Again, these teams have fought each other time and again. Mew World Order has fought Kedic before within the Zygarde League. So this is not a new matchup for these teams. It is their first time meeting in the Articuno League, however. So, and that's all that matters here. Nice Pollen Puff from Eldegoss to be able to give Jesus a little bit of HP. Tilty is now going to be looking for some extra farm. It needs to get its level 9. Regirock is in the top lane again. This is not where we normally are used to seeing him, but this means Regieleki is taking up shop in the bottom lane. Nice foul play coming in here from the Umbreon here, as we have Jesus going to be locking down, but Palma is taken down from Mew World Order, but when it goes down, we got to strike back. Karma, baby, as Venusaur beams down the Eldegoss. Ruthlessness is mercy upon yourself. And that is exactly the mantra that Mew World Order is going by. Huge Venusaur coming out there. Who gets that Regirock? It's going to go to the side of Erased as Buzzwole locks that in. Alcremie coming out with the Fluffy Cream Supreme, though, as Umbreon comes in with a foul play. Huge beam coming out there. 1, 2, 3, falls for the side of Erased, as Mew World Order is now pushing ahead. We have 40 points coming in here, but we aren't going to be able to push. There's no jump pads, but Erased is back in an onslaught rush to try to get a KO against New World Order. Could reverse sweep the not just the points, but the levels as well. New World Order has done an excellent job of staying ahead on their levels as they come down here to the Regieleki. Level 10 on Venusaur, level 10 on Pawmont. But huge, going to be securing that Regieleki for the side of New World Order, converting them to the way of the Mew. But whether they're converted successfully or not, Erased is looking to erase these fanatics off the face of the earth as they come through and wipe them out one by one. Pawmont was the first victim, Alcremie soon to follow, but they are back. But Venusaur, the latest one, as Slowbro, poor little Pretzel Bites, gets taken down by Monk. The Monk of the... Look, imagine getting erased by a Monk. Oh my gosh. Every D&D player's nightmare, I'll tell you that right now. Encountering a Monk, those guys are a little bit dangerous. But we're sitting at 123 to 195. So despite the setbacks and the little bit of a level, and the huge level swing actually, back in the favor of Erased, we do see New World Order sitting at a larger amount of points at 195 to 123. We do have another topside Reggie in the attic here coming in at 419. It's going to be another Reggie Rock. Reggie Rock has decided to give their blessing upon a team now, and if they don't take in the next 12 seconds, it will be the last one blessed upon this game. But we are seeing Tilty and Boomy looking to find a way in. Huge Verdant Anger coming out here. Jace is going to go down here as Tilty shoots that beam going and hitting Blush and Greedy. Huge damage is coming in on Reggie Rock. We do have Venusaur beam up, and is it enough to secure? It is! Venusaur snipes that Reggie Rock away. Again, it doesn't matter how much damage you deal to that objective. It only matters who hits it last. And Venusaur did with a powerful blow as it showcases once again the dangers of Solar Beam. You can't just let this Pokemon come in and eat for free. You have two speedsters and you got to try to get on it. But at 320 with no... It's going to be hard and it's going to be dangerous because without a Unite move to help that engage there, you are going to be a little bit of a disadvantage. But you can't exactly throw your Unite move to get on the KO for the Venusaur, because what do you gain from it? Sure, you KO'd the Venusaur, sure, you get some XP, but the main value of KOing a Pokemon is removing them off the map. A huge beam from Venusaur coming out here. We do have Eldegoss going down here as one member falls for Erase. That Dodrio Unite move comes through, rampages through the entirety of New World Order. That might have been a mistake as the Dodrio goes down, and no one from New World Order has been taken down yet. Huge hit on the Buzzwole. Regieleki, the only one taking a beating from all sides here, coming down and gets eliminated before it's able to hit into that tier 2 that New World Order was pushing so hard for. But 170 to 233. Teams are going to know who is in ahead and who is behind in 15 seconds when Groudon spawns during double points. We are evenly matched at 1-1 right now, and our teams are currently zoning out. We are looking for a more passive approach into the pit from the side of Erase. This is smart until you're able to get all of your team together. Dodrio needs to get that Unite move online. It's the only one in this match without it. But we're not going for it. We're going for a backline here. New World Order is now in trouble as Plunger dives in on Tilty, but it's not going to do it. It's not going to be able to do it. The engage was wrong. The angle wasn't right. Tilty is still up, and lots of HP was taken off of Plunger. But the beautiful thing is, Plunger can always go in and try again, while also stalling for time until it has its Unite move. Groudon coming in with a huge hit into there. Rock Slide coming down here. Not going to be able to hit much of anything as Alcremie starts stunning. We're just going to be tapping the Groudon here, but the engage is here. New World Order, Dodrio goes down for Erased. They're collapsing. They're taken down. Darkrai had brought in a victim into its realm. Takes down the Venusaur, third target. The Ultra Swole Slam going to come down, take down the Zacian. And just like that, Mew World Order is falling. It's only the Slowbro. Now it's only the Alcremie. Can we get the KO on Jesus there? We are not able to do it. Boomy has to back off. Jesus gets to reset there, but they're not doing it. They're hitting the Groudon. They know they need it. 36 seconds left in this game. All the spawn timers in the world are now coming out. Venusaur is here. We have done it. We've taken it. Venusaur is up. Can we do it? Zacian is up. Can we hang on long enough? Stop these scores. 218 to 233. You have no idea how close this is. And now without that Dodrio having that buff there, 318 to 233. They did it. They got a score in. They got a hundo burger in. Erase needs to back off and defend their pads. They did it. They got exactly what they needed. 3, 2, 1. Erased is going to take your game number 2 in a riveting pad push. We saw them on the defense with immaculate defense there in the final 10 seconds of the match. And in the final 10 seconds of this match, we saw that hundo burger go in, inching them ahead in points. Oh my gosh, what a game and what a set so far. If only a certain streamer, if only a certain caster didn't miss the intensity that was probably game number 1. Whoo! If only a certain someone didn't do that. Unfortunately, we did though, but we do have Monk on 52k damage dealt, Greedy on 61, Plunger on 40. Nice tanking from Jesus at 66. Incredible healing from Eldegoss on 64. Respectable 53 tanking from both Plusle and Pretzel, coming in here at 49 and 53 respectively, but Plusle also dishing out that damage, 50k, respectable. Alcremie coming in 33k for an Alcremie is still pretty dang good. But again, we also are running a certain set here. We're running Dazzling Gleam Decorate. Damage is kind of like the focus, but it's more the stuns and the utility being able to hand out 2 of them. On top of that, we also are looking at shields from Decorate, which is something the game does not calculate, unfortunately. And then we have 56k in the Umbreon, and Tilted coming in with a massive 97k. This does mean Mew World Order gets to come into this game number 4 with being able to choose the side. They're going to opt to keep the bottom side. So that will be amazing and epic. So let's get into a just chatting screen here. And you get to see my beautiful mug. Well, hello there and howdy doodly. And while we are waiting for ready checks from our teams here, let's go back to the lobby and see if they might have put them in there. These teams are eager, and they do tend to put stuff into the chat while we aren't there yet. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on. But let's see how we can pivot going forward into this next match. So we have Mew World Order. Every time that they come into this, they choke on something. They choke on either the push or the defense. It's always the last 10 seconds. If they can find some way to hang on either into the push or on the defense there for just 10 more seconds, they could have been out of this set already. But they're not out of it, which means they need to bounce back and find a way to start maintaining control. When we look at what they are doing here on the side of a race, they are exerting excellent map control. Makes it very difficult for Mew World Order to come in. But we're going to have to stop theorizing, and we're just going to have to get right to the meat and the potatoes, because our teams are ready for game number 4. Erased on your purple side, Mew World Order on your orange team. And oh my gosh, look at that. We are professional streamers, but we messed this up again. How do we keep doing this week after week? There's got to be a simpler way to be more organized. I'll tell you that. Probably a simpler way to remain more organized, but I haven't figured it out yet. And I'm sure you guys have, though. But with Erased in the first pick position, we are now going to see them what they want to pick first. Probably Umbreon. I don't know about you, but my bet's on Umbreon. But we have Charizard, Clefable, Suicune, knocked off. We have Blissey, Zeraora, Marida, knocked off. No change in the bands. We do not like these 6 Pokemon. They're not coming in. We know who we do like. Umbreon, picked first for the side of Erased, who is in a match point position, by the way. So, this could be the last time we see New World Order tonight in their match here, as they might not be able to pick up a second and third win against Erased. One could almost say their luck has been erased. I'm here to the end of the playoffs and possibly into the next season. You can't get rid of me that quickly. I'll tell you that right now. I'm in it for the long haul, people. You are stuck with me. But we are going to see that Eldegoss get locked in on Blush, as well as Plunger picking up that Venusaur. 2 games straight. Venusaur made it through. 2 games straight. It was in the hands of New World Order. 2 games straight. It was a problem. Well, now it's going to be the problem of New World Order, because it's now picked up by Erased, as they are now show New World Order how apparently Venusaur is supposed to be run, especially with that Energy Amp, Excel Lens, and that Slick Spoon. Lord Greedy going to be locking in that Mimikyu here. Meanwhile, Monk going to be locking in that Darkrai. They saw just how effective that Darkrai was, and they're like, it might have been the Venusaur counter, but if we give it up, they're going to take it. Might as well take it, utilize it. Let's get it gone. Let's get it good. Let's get it going. And again, with Blissey banned out, it's a free pick right there. Buzzwole going to come in, as well as Slowbro for the side of New World Order. What an excellent bulky comp to start off with. We're going to have Delphox, Leafeon. I do question at the fact that they revealed so much damage first. This seems to be a very common theme with New World Order, is that if there's one thing you can say about the team, they will always tell you their damage first, so you know exactly what to expect and how to play around it. Hopefully, for the sake of New World Order, that wasn't done. But I guarantee you it was definitely done, because I would have done it. If I'd known this is how they've done it, I'd be like, all right, so they're just going to reveal their damage, so we don't even need to talk. We'll just look at that. We'll see, okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, and I know what we're drafting now. Let's go. You know, you just use your first couple picks to just staple it up until you see what they're running. But that Alcremie is coming back, and that's going to be a massive, massive Pokemon for the side of New World Order. It did an excellent job being able to keep that sustain up, so hopefully it will help keep the Delphox and the Buzzwole alive up on Tilty and Plusle. But without further ado, folks, when this loading screen ends, we will be in game number 4 of Articuno League week number 2. We have Erased, who is your purple team. We have New World Order, who is your orange team. So let's get this match underway. We're going to go topside this time. We're going to follow Greedy and Blush. We're going to see what's going on up here. What makes this so deadly? We had the Buzzwole taken away from us. Now we're also going to be following where this Mimikyu is going. Nice engage. We don't secure it, though. That is going to go to Plusle. But, boom, right there, missed it. Going to go to the side of Erased. These little small farm trades are exactly what these teams are looking for. Every trade they make is one little bit of experience denied to the other team. Sometimes to win a fight, all it takes is just one evolution or one sub coming through. It takes one thing to come through on this, and it's not always the easiest. But we have Buzzwole coming in, a nice fell stinger hitting on him. Blush there, Lord Greedy going for stacks as Plusle is in the thick of it, taken down by Monk and Blush. Now we're going to turn on these Altarias here, but let's take a look at what's going on in this bottom lane here. Pretzel Bite and Utility are already at 4. That's really good for them, but we do have Jesus at 4. That's also good, and we see TTV Plunger sitting at 5. Huge level 5 here. because that does mean that it will have access to its sludge bomb, which can be a fantastic secure move, or it could be a fantastic way to slow your enemies down and try to lock those KOs in. We have Reggie Drago spawning in 10 seconds. Our teams need to decide if this is what they want. We haven't seen a whole lot of counter scoring in this set. We've seen one team score a whole bunch. We've seen another team score a whole bunch. And we've not really seen them go toe-to-toe. But Erased is in the lead with 12 points. Let's start taking this engage. Leafeon is already down here as we come through. Slowbro taken down. Erased is on a rampage as we now take down Buzzwole in a 4 KO streak for that Darkrai. What an amazing set so far. We are going to lock in that Reggie Drago onto that, what do you call him there? Darkrai. Oh my gosh. You'd think I'd be able to just say, hey, what are all these Pokemon names? And just know them off by heart, you know? But sometimes I get a little tongue-tied. That is the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So, we just got to power through it when we get a little tongue-tied like that. Darkrai going to be engaging on this Buzzwole, looking for a cheek score, but that's only to draw it in. Buzzwole coming through. 1, 2, 3 hits coming through. Plusle's going to be hitting it. So is going to be Monk and Blush going to be hitting Plusle. Taken down, huge overcap, 80 to 60. Swung in the favor of Erased. We have Reggie Rock in the bottom lane here. And that is a buff that I have recently come to find out that a lot of players actually dislike over the Regice. Like, well, Regice has utility. Reggie Rock, he just gives you some defense buffs. I don't know what that's about. But we all know one thing about Unite players is they don't like just raw stats. They like percentage-based stats. They like stats that make sense to them in a percentage. So, unfortunately, we don't have percentages. But we do have possibly a few stats that we're going to look at later as we get to the end of this set. But again, we have Erased in a match point position in 2-1. We have Monk and Plunger pushing this tier 2 pad. They are sieging it while Tilty defends. And what a fantastic defense it is. But they're already low. The Verdant Anger coming out, pops it right on Delphox's head. Comes through, but huge Solar Beam going to be able to lock down all of those birds, all of the Alterias, all of the Swablues, as Buzzwole is only left with the tiny little bunny in the contested farm section. Up in the top lane, we do have Lord Greedy that is going to be able to just sit there and maybe go for a few more stacks, but Leafeon's sitting right there. They know what they're up to. They see the Delphox. They're going for it anyways. They're saying, hey, maybe Delphox won't shoot something at me. Maybe it's just a bag. I don't know until I try. Well, he tried, and he almost got bit. I'll tell you that. It's a good thing he has good teammates in the Darkrai and the Eldegoss, because I would have said, leave him. If we're faster than him, that's all that matters. We'll see him on the other side. You know, something to that effect. We are now halfway through this match. 150 points for the side of Erased. 60 points for the side of New World Order. New World Order needs to find a way, but whether it's an accidental click or not, Cotton Cloud Crash has just been burned for the side of Erased. They now need to find a way to get that back. Leafeon is going to go down on Erased, but the Ultra Soul Slam going to come through. Nice Solar Beam coming out, but it's going to be just the Delphox and the Slowbro as they look to take down the big bad Venusaur. Not going to be enough, but the Fluffy Cream Supreme comes through, starts healing everybody back to full HP, or as close to it as, humanly possible. Disclaimer and all that stuff. But we do have that Regieleki getting whittled down. What do we have in the bottom lane here, folks? We have Registeel, arguably the best Reggie in the game, for a buff because it gives a raw stat boost to attack, which again, attack is just how you deal damage. It's already going to be affecting autos, boosteds, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like we're just kind of rambling at this point. Oh my gosh. We are just kind of rambling at this point. Let us focus up. 156 to 100. 3 3.5 minutes left in this game here. Now we have Lord Greedy right here coming through here. As we now come out, we're going to be looking to farm up. Leafeon going for a cheeky back at 44 as it comes through here. Stopped by the solar beam. What a clutch beam from Erased. That is amazing. Nice stoppage there. Delphox going to be coming through, hitting onto that Registeel as we now have an engage from Slowbro. Going to be trying to zone out Jesus. Jesus just getting vision. They're like, hey, man, I just want to know where you are. I worry about you, bro. I worry about you. I thought we were friends. As Slowbro slowly pulls him away. Look at all that. Friends they might have been, but Pretzel Bites is not having it. They're going straight for the neighbor in Venusaur as a New World Order collapses on this Registeel. But they don't care. 206 to 100. Now we are in a very powerful position for the side of Erased. That means we do not need to go for the team fight. We do not need to go for the Groudon. That means we just got to wait for New World Order to make a mistake as they try to gain advantage within the pit. So take a good position in the pit. Focus them down. Zone them out. Don't let them get in there, but make them panic a little by hitting it. Give it a few little love taps. They can't see the HP bar. They won't know the difference. They'll just say, hey, there's just 5 guys standing around here, and so all of a sudden Groudon's getting, all mad. I don't know what's going on, but it's 4v5 right now as a race goes into New World Order. Huge Slowbro Unite, Slow Beam coming down onto that. Not going to be enough, but Buzzwole, Slowbro, immediate victims to that Venusaur for 2 KO streak as it gets taken down by the Leafeon. I mean, one would say both Pokemon did their job, but Darkrai takes down the Leafeon in a revenge sweep. 2 KO streak for the Darkrai here as we take down Delphox and send Alcremie home. 276 to 100. We are looking to close this match out right here, right now, but it's not over yet. 176 points separate our teams. 177 for New World Order to take a win into this game number 4. Match point for Erased with 1 minute left to go. There's so much that you can do. So much. That front pad is still up. You got to look for an advantage in some way, shape, or form. And they're already going for the rip. They don't know where the Venusaur is, but now they see it. There it is. Huge Solar Beam coming out here, but they don't care. Now they know it's on cooldown. Another Solar Beam going to be coming out here in a moment. We're going to take that down. They're going flow. We got the now, boom, coming down. Delphox secures it. New World Order not out yet. They're beelining it straight for the pads. Delphox goes in. 1 Hundo Burger for 200 points. Another Hundo Burger for 300 points. They now take the lead. 20 seconds to go. But we've seen this scenario before, folks. We have indeed. We've seen it now. Oh, there it is. 400 points. Another Hundo Burger coming in from that Alcremie. Going to be locking that down at 500 points. As Delphox now looks to lock in another 84. 58 coming in, but it's not going to be enough. New World Order is going to take this to a game number 5. And our game crashed. We don't even get to see the stats. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Only here in the Articuno League on Jonathan Hyde's channel, folks. But that means we got to get back into there. Insert Hyde. Close games. Insert Hyde's evil laugh here. Thank you. Plush Yon Pup, thank you for the follow. I think I finally called that out, but we're going to make sure we get that back in there again. But we got to log in and get back in our teams. We are kicked out of there, unfortunately. All right, we're going to move this into the Just Chat. And we're going to say hello to you fine people. As we come into here, we are going to be swapping sides. So Erased is going to take second pick here. Erased, going to take in second pick. Boom, there we go. And now we are going to have Mew World Order take first pick. Boom. There we go. Now they're in the sides there. Perfect. All right, we're back in the game now. We are waiting to get back into the lobby. We're waiting for the lobby code here. Perfect. We got a lobby code. It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. You're actually not going to believe it, chat. There is a sequential number there of 345 within the actual lobby code itself. Perfect. All right. We are back in. All right, we're back in control. So, we don't necessarily need the admin powers here. That's okay. It's just an extra step. We're going into game number 5. We want our teams to have as much time and as much prep work as they can have. As we now come into this game number 5 scenario. Our ads are this does mean our pre-rolls are turned on. So unfortunately, that is something that our new viewers are going to have to suck up when coming into the game. So because we do not want to run a quick ad and ruin the momentum that the teams have. So when they say they're ready, we want to make sure that they go in with all of the fairness ever. I mean, we already mixed up what we were late. Well, somebody was late. Because we certainly didn't have game number 1 here on Hyde's channel. I'll tell you that. Someone was late. Has to be something related to whoever is probably observing this match and, you know, a whole bunch of other stuff with it. You know, maybe it's the fact I'm the only caster tonight that gives it away, but, you know, I can't just take all of the blame. Perfect. Both teams are ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! As we get into game number 5 of Week 2 Articuno League for the journey for Mew World Order and Erased. We love to see it. We're going to see a lot of cool bands here, probably. Or maybe we'll just see the same old bands coming out here. Remember, we have Sarah Aura and Maridon that we keep seeing along with that Blissey. And we're going to see something different coming out here. We're going to see Darkrai, Zero Aura, Maridon. Get it out of here. We're going to see Clefable, Suicune, Charizard. Erased has decided they do not want to change those bands. We got a Zero Charizard Gaming right here. So, you know, no chance for that. Suicune, Zero Suicune Gaming, Zero Clefable Gaming too for the rest of the set. So, none of that shenanigans going on. We ain't seeing that stuff. Ain't no way we're going to let that through. And that is A-okay. Let me tell you. We're going to Pretzel Bite locking in that Blissey. Made it through. So we're going to take it, of course. Greedy going to be locking in that Leafeon. Jesus looking to lock in that Umbreon. And is anybody surprised at this point? Because I'm not, but I'm excited. Because Jesus does demonic things with Umbreon. Plusle and Boomy are next to pick. We're going to be locking in that Buzzwole. We're going to be locking in even more damage with that Dragonite. What? Dragonite? We never really see it, but in a game 5 scenario where it's match point on the line for either team and you got no more games to play out, you might as well. You might as well. And so we're going to see that. Dragonite. That's crazy. And we're going to see Slowbro, and we have the opportunity to take the Venusaur. But we're going to say, nah, I'm taking that Raichu instead. Look at that. That's amazing. Now, let's take a look at what the Erased has brought in. Plunger back on that Dodrio demonic as we saw earlier. That's going to be a strong pick for the monk coming in on that Aegislash. We did see Aegislash earlier, though I believe that was on the side of, you call them there, New World Order. So this could, I can't remember which side we saw the Aegislash on. For the life of me, of course it can't, you know? But we have Espeon coming in and rounding out the picks here. Triple evolutions. Very early game. Going to allow a lot of farm to be able to go to the Dodrio and the Aegislash without putting behind any of these evolutions. They also get their upgrades at level 12. Doesn't matter if you're a speedster, doesn't matter if you're an attacker or a tank. And all you're going to be doing is getting all your upgrades at level 12. So these level curve on these Pokemon is going to allow them to snowball, and that's exactly what they want to do. You see a Dragonite, snowball hard. Go for it. Keep it behind for as long as you can. Hydrate. Wow, Thoop, thank you very much. Right? Let me make fun of the streamer, please. Wow. Wait, hide. Please add laughing cat sound alert. Man, I wish I could, and I wish I knew how, but I don't. But we are going to have Mew World Order, the purple team, for the final time tonight for Articuno League. And we're going to have erased the orange team, the final time tonight for Articuno League. As we now go into their week 2, as their week 2 journey comes to an end for the match point in a game 5 scenario. Both teams have fought incredibly hard. Huge defenses coming out. Huge swings coming through from both sides. It is a struggle and a half for these teams to be able to do any of this. And let me tell you, they are struggling, they are thriving, and they are overcoming. Which is important. Probably the wrong order. Should be, whatever. I'll figure it out later. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit loopy, as in case you might not notice. When I get very tired, I ramble. That's probably where the rant in the last game came from. But I will remain focused and steadfast for the next 9-minute salute. As we now come into the 850 birds as they come through. Huge going to be grabbed for the side of Plunger and Jesus. But Raichu, level 5. We do not have a Slowbro that is going to be very detrimental. Looks like we didn't get much of them. But Dragonite is on the run, getting chased. Umbreon. Umbreon. Is that it? Umbreon? Umbreon. Yes, Umbreon. Okay, I was looking for the R, and the R is not there. My brain was just putting it there. You ever have those words where you just put where your brain just autofills in the letters, and even though you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense, but the brain's like, no, it does. Just trust me, bro. Yeah, that was one of those moments. But now we're going to move into level 7 for Umbreon. So now they just need one more level to hit that Dragonite. 2 more for the Unite move, but they only need 1 for the Dragonite. But quickly going to get taken down by the Dodrio here. Reggie Drago going to go to the side of... Going to go to the side of Erased on that Leafeon as they take not just 1, not just 2, but 3 KOs and crash this pad for 100-0. Can you imagine if that was the score of a football match? Yeah. And if you ask which football, I'm going to say both. Because it doesn't matter. Because this score in an actual football game, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Let me tell you that. But 4v3 coming in the bottom lane here. Mew World Order is not holding back. Hyper Beam Dragonite going back to the roots of Pokemon Unite, going back to the favorites of the AUL, or AUL, the ACL, the Asia Championship League, which Asia loves Hyper Beam Dragonite. Meanwhile, it has fallen off in NA, but just because it's fallen off among NA players doesn't mean the strategy is invalid. Let me tell you that. And already we are now back. We are dominating. Dragonite is online. There's a Hyper Mobile Unite move that's going to be able to come into the top here. We could just drop in on this Regieleki at any second now. We could see it any second now. That'd be just a nightmare scenario for this Leafeon Espeon. They might grab the KO, but they could lose the Regieleki. But Dragonite, Umbreon says, nah, bro, ain't gonna do that. Listen, I have a plan, and you'll see what I mean when it gets to it. But Buzzwole is going to go down. They are still level 8. They are locked out of their Unite move right now. Only Slowbro defending this bottom pad. 11 points. They're praying that TTV Plungers goes for the score. Nobody else. Huge Dodrio Unite move coming out. That's 1. That's 2 as Dragonite and Slowbro get taken down. Raichu with a massive Unite move on top of it with the Thunderstorm Aerial. But it's not going to be enough. The pad gets broken. The points rain in. And the KOs stack up. As Erased continues the onslaught onto Tier 2. 255 to 97, furthering an already massive point lead. But we're already closing the gap. 38 from the Blissey to put us up to 135. Oh my gosh, we got a game. We're less than 100 points out now. Run, Blissey, run! Move that little pink ribbon. I wasn't able to. It was not able to get away. I'll tell you that right now. Poor little Blissey was not able to escape. It went down harder than a stack of bricks in the river. But there we go. We got Lord Greedy. Lord Greedy already almost level 13 by level 5 by 5 minutes. Bro, what are they feeding you? I need some of them veggies. I'll tell you that. Pretzel Bite already likes going for nice little zoning here as we have Monk come in. We have nice Electro Balls coming out. Massive damage to the side of Monk and Bush. Or is that Blush? That's Blush. Huge Emerald 2-step coming down here. Not going to be able to pick up any sort of KOs. Thunderstorm Aerial going to come down. Greedy. The guy a little too greedy. Now we have the Blissey hanging out on Raichu. But then they get greedy because we have Buzzwole. Slowbro down as we now turn Erased's attention to the Regieleki in the top lane, sending it towards the top tier 2 pad with enough time to take a second one. Regidrago has just spawned back in. Already Plunger is ready to take it while Leafeon is scouting out in the bottom lane here. But whatever it is down there, it's already gone. It looks like it was a Reggie Ice buff. Gonna go to the side of Umbreon. Monk and Umbreon have already now locked eyes. Now that means they must fight. That is the way of the trainer in the Pokemon world. But they say, you know what? We're just going to run away. That's not an option. Realistically, in the games, it's physically not able. You're physically not able to run away from a trainer fight. And these guys just broke the rules and they just did that. Can you imagine? They just broke the game. They hacked it. They found a way to run away from a trainer fight. Technically not trainers, but it ain't trainer controlling it, so you know. But Jesus and Blush are looking to find information on where we are, on where Mew World Order is. Boomy caught between a Dodrio and an Umbreon. That's not a good spot to be sometimes, you know, unless, nah, not even that. Nice break, 247 to 262. That's going to bring our points right close. Neither team will know exactly who is in the lead right now. We got to score more points on either team to be able to narrow the gap and to overtake it, to accurately identify who's in the lead. 20 seconds left until Regieleki spawns on the top. That means teams will have 16 seconds to rip it and send it towards the other opposing team. This is pressure that could change the game in any old way with how close these points are. So, what are our teams up to do? 15 seconds. The clock is now counting. We already are diving onto it. Erased is like, we're just going to take it. We're going to move it off the map. It's not even going to be an option here because I didn't see them in the pit. What are they going to do? They're going to hop in the pit the next 10 seconds? Well, we'll see about that. Well, they're here. They're hopping in the pit, and it's been 10 seconds, so they're there. They just weren't in the right spot to be able to ambush you and take advantage, which is where exactly they'd want to be. But the final 2 minutes of the clock ticking down 1 second at a time. Regieleki goes in. 62 points comes through. This is going to put Mew World Order ahead. Huge coup de grace is going to take it. Mew World Order secures the ground. Full team wipe here. Oh, no, that's not New World Order. Hang on a second. Oh, whoa. Never mind. That's erased. Erased it. Full team wipe on New World Order. We got to wake up, Hyde. We're getting the team sides wrong. 1 minute, 15 seconds left. 2:47 to 4:54. Nobody is back. Oh, no, we have the blister. We got the... But 6:44 to 2:47. We are back. We are ready to go. No pads up. Nothing to really defend. But we got to get 4 huge scores in. We got to take some KOs to even up the playing field, possibly get a ground-on buff. We got 56 seconds to do it in. These teams are going down to the wire because this is it. Whoever loses this match loses the set. And every set counts going into the playoffs in 2 weeks. Ultra Soul Slang coming in, going to be topping on top, but it's not enough. Oh, we already have the Buzzwall. Take it down. Blissey, Aegislash going in, takes down the Blade, takes down the Bliss, takes down the Raichu, takes down the Slowbro, and finally the Dragon Knight. All of these cooldown timers are way too large. All of these cooldown timers are way too cool. There's just not enough time. Your winners of tonight's set, Erased, going to be taking this down, locking it in, and saying, New World Order, good job, but we were better. It wasn't able to get away. So true, Hyde. I didn't notice it. Well, I'm glad you didn't notice it, and we were able to point it out for you. Because that's what we like to do on this channel. You never know who is going to need the obvious stated for them. But 9:44 to 2:47. What a game. What a set. Holy wow. What a turnaround. Tilty coming in at 59k. We have the Dragon Knight not coming in with a lot of damage at all. They were focused on getting levels, making sure that their Hyper Beam was powerful for those secures, which unfortunately was not able to secure the Groudon. Boomy coming in with 53 damage tanked. But again, look at that move set. Helping Hand, Safeguard. That's not going to be a whole lot of stats showing how they did that, but they were very effective at what they did. Let me tell you that. 73k on that Buzzwole tank. That guy tanked a lot. Let me tell you that. Tanked more than the tank of Slowbro at 72. Blush coming in at 56k damage dealt. Umbreon, Jesus, locking in one of the lowest numbers of damage taken yet for the night. 32,000 damage. That means we were not taking a whole lot of damage from New World Order, despite the heavy lead that they did have in the beginning going into the Groudon pit. Plunger locking in 68, Greedy locking in 55, and Monk rounding it out at 83. And look at this. Not a plateau in sight for the side of New World Order. Once that 3 minute and 3.5 minutes hit. Once 3.5 minutes hit, they've been scoring every minute or so. They're just throwing down scores wherever they can up until right before Groudon when it's time to stop pushing. Oh boy, let me tell you that. What a set, what a game, what a match, and what a fantastic game to be able to watch. Guys, this was amazing. So once again, thank you to our teams. Thank you to the Articuno League for hosting such a wonderful event. Thank you to the viewers who were so gracious to be able to be here tonight and be able to support these teams. It's all about these teams, all about these players, and you guys being here to support them means the world to them. I know that. They love the cheering. They love the commentary. They love the back and forth. And they love it when the streamer gets made fun of, apparently. So, I may or may not have been paid to say that. But let me tell you right now, again, I wish we were able to capture the full set. Once again, I apologize for being late tonight. Again, apologize to you, the viewers, because that's a game you missed out. Apologize again to the teams tonight, because that is a game that you missed having broadcast for your fans. And again, overall, we will work to endeavor to make sure that we are on time going forward. There's a fluke, and it will never happen again. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and stick around for the raid as we now look for somebody to raid in 2 minutes. from now. We're going to time it. Watch.